Hey guys, Dabu 7. We have Obama putting out another executive order, and I know it seems like I keep talking about this, every time we turn around, but this is what he's doing. He's putting out these executive orders while no one's paying attention, and he's put out several at this point. Now, I want to look at this newest one here and exactly what it means and what they're doing, because they're changing basically the order and the position that one has to be in to be able to fill the shoes of another person. And once again, they're referencing the possibility here of someone dying, not showing up for work, not being there, and who's going to fill their shoes. Now, of the other ones, he's already put out executive orders on testing an EMP device on the Earth's atmosphere. He ordered them to mimic a solar flare coming in and the damage that it does to the planet. And he ordered that done by the time he leaves office. And time's ticking, we all know. Now, he also recently put out an executive order on invasive species. And what he did is he amended an older executive order. And in it, they changed the verbiage and also added one time the words alien species. People can make of it what they want. The fact that that one word was added in there, and all the other times they use the word non-native, except for the one time they say non-native or alien species, meaning that every other time that they're using non-native through there, it could mean that as well. Now, he's gone on and put out another executive order in regards to the Bering Sea and the whole Arctic region, this mysterious region in which Russia has had a lot of control because they have a lot of icebreakers. The United States only had like 2, was working on their 3rd, believe it or not. Okay, but all the ice melting up there has opened up different avenues to be able to creep up in. And Obama has created this task force to go up there. I mean, he's done this with other executive orders as well. But these people are going to oversee what's happening up there, and they're going to have the power to call the shots and everything else. Now, with this one, this is where it starts to get interesting. This most recent one he's put out is talking about amending the order of secession in the Department of Homeland Security. This is strictly saying that our Homeland Defense Department, from top to bottom, he is saying by executive command, he is changing the structure and the order of who is in power. If a couple guys get taken out, one falls ill, heart attack, is in a car wreck, I mean, you name it. Say the top 2 guys are in the same place, same time, and something crazy happens, it would fall to the 3rd man to step up. Now, what's curious about this is all the executive order is talking about here, is simply changing the hierarchy in the order in what title you got to carry to be able to fill these positions. And not only that, and you can see right here that you have the Secretary of Homeland Security. Let's talk like Jay Johnson. And then you have the Deputy Secretary, someone that you never see or ever hear of. This man. That's your Deputy Secretary, folks. Most of you have never seen his face or ever heard his name. You want to know why? Because these are the people pulling the strings behind the scenes. And this is where you have to pay attention. If you go and you look back at if both of those men, the Secretary and Deputy Secretary, that would be normal chain of command. But now, all of a sudden, they slide the Undersecretary of Management into the next spot where this person would be calling the shots if the deputy and the secretary are removed or something happens. So, who is the Undersecretary of Management? I hope you're paying attention, guys. Patrick Kennedy. Now you can put a face to the name. And what's so important about Patrick Kennedy? Well, Throughout all the WikiLeaks dumps, when everyone was focusing on all this stuff about Hillary, we caught some vital information that was tucked away in there, and we spoke on it. I'm going to continue to speak on it. It exposed that there is another entity, what they even called by name, the shadow government. They went on to state that this shadowy group meets every Wednesday afternoon in D.C. Some clues. And who's a part of this shadow government? Well, they only mentioned one person, and it was this man, Patrick Kennedy, along with dozens of others that are meeting every Wednesday, hint, hint, in D.C. For anybody just who happens to be standing around with the camera up there on Wednesday afternoon, may happen to see this guy go strolling into a building, well, I'd say anyone going to and fro with him is a part of it. In the wide open. And this shadow government is the same group that is sitting there, and anytime a Freedom of Information Request Act is put in, anytime across the whole country, any Freedom of Information request that is put in, these guys oversee it. These guys at this round table are the ones that choose what gets put out and what keeps in the dark, what stays hidden. Do you see? So when they talk about a group of individuals behind the scenes that are truly pulling the strings, and they let the cat out of the bag and even called it by name, the shadow government, and gave one man away. It's all it took. If you're paying attention, it's this man. And Patrick Kennedy is the Undersecretary for Management right there. So he slid up on this chart in case anything crazy happens here. This man's going to be calling the shots by executive order. If any of the top two cats go down, disappear, heart attack, quit, anything. And I think it's worth noting because if you're just looking at this at face value, there's no names attached. It's not registering with people on what they're doing here. And I'm telling you, if you're paying attention, if you can see, the writing is on the wall. And the same individuals that just got caught being in the shadow government have just moved up the chain here in command. If anything happens, they're going to take over the Department of Homeland Security, the reins, if the top cats get knocked off. And yeah, if you want to continue going down the rabbit hole, it gets rather interesting. You want to start looking into who is the Undersecretary for the National Protection and Programs, who is the Undersecretary for Science and Technology. And you see what it's like musical chairs. They just keep moving these individuals around. They keep all the power within the same hands. You people need to see it. And we talked about the other night, accountability. Until you start holding these senators and governors responsible. They're going to be cozying up on Sunday afternoons by the fireplace, feet kicked up, reading the paper, not a worry in the world. While you're out there working triple overtime. You see, and it's not until they look out their window and they see people at the governor's mansion, in which they pay for, that want to talk. Things changed then. The powers and the people in politics that we address. I say it all the time. We'll see just exactly how many more executive orders Obama tries to rifle off here before he exits. But some of them very interesting. And putting many of them together, it's something to pay attention to here. So as a reminder, for folks that are going to tune in to Underground World News Live this week, it's going to be over on Casey's channel. Keep your eyes peeled for more exclusive videos here on this channel and on my other channel, Dabu777. Make sure you're subbed. Make sure you click the gear box next to where it says subscribe to. And check that you want notifications, because they will not send you notifications for all the videos I put out unless you do that. And they're not telling people about that. So Just a reminder, also make sure you're following me on Twitter. Hit me up, dabu7yahoo.com. If you got any info you want me to get out there, shout outs to everyone that does send me info. It's appreciated, for real. And any of you looking to stock up on medicine before an emergency situation, check out Essential Drugstore. I'll leave links below for all this stuff. Until next time, it's been Dabu7. Much love, y'all.